Yes, we're doing another yeast experiment. And yes, you may have already seen the International Pale Lager that I did. Same experiment, except that we're going to be going dark. We're not going to go real dark, but we're going for a little bit more of a malty brew. And I want to see how much it either accentuates or subdues the malt. So that's why we're doing this one. And there are no late additions on the hops on this one. We're just going purely by malt, and I don't want to go crazy dark. I want to be able to see if there's some nuances or changes. And I know you're seeing the yeast going, what are they? What are they? Well, like I said, if you saw the International Pale Lager, we have the Czech Republic yeast, which is 802 from White Labs, and White Labs courtesy sent me actually this one. I bought this one, but yes, 802, and I'll put the name up there because I can't pronounce it. It's just I gave up on that one. And then we turn around here, and this is a brand new. You can call it beta, you can call it just pre-order, whatever you want to call it. Hey, it just came out, but it is the Mythical Hammer Lager, and it is 808. Now, supposedly it's very clean with little notes of citrus. If you've seen the International Pale Lager video, if not, I'll put it up here somewhere. But that one I did notice when I was smelling the yeast, I could notice some citrus. I want to say maybe a little orange, maybe a little lemon blended together, but there was definitely a note of citrus, which was kind of nice. So, what are we brewing? That's right, what are we brewing? Well, we're gonna keep with the International Pale Lager, but instead this time we're gonna do an International Dark Lager with just a tiny change from, you can call it the norm. Otherwise, the recipe is pretty much not a problem, dead on, no big deal. I've got all the grains right here. And don't crush your grains wearing a black shirt. It's a nightmare, yeah, so whatever. And since we're going for a dark beer, I'm wearing a dark shirt. Burial, yeah, not too far from White Labs in Asheville. But what do we got? We have an International Dark Lager with a tiny change, but we have 8 pounds, 12 ounces of Pilsner malt, pretty standard. Then we turn around and we're adding 1.25 pounds, or 1 pound, 4 ounces of Vienna malt. I'm gonna skip the little thing I'm doing to make it a little different. We got 4.4 ounces of Carafa Special 1. It gives us that darkness. I wanna keep it on the, I don't really want a lot of roasted coffee or heavy chocolate, just nice, subtle nuance, you know what I mean? Just nice, but enough that we can tell if the yeasts really push or subdue the malt flavor. Then we turn around and we go 8 ounces. Now this would be typical if I just said chocolate, but we're going 8 ounce chocolate rye. I got on a rye kick as of last brew, and that's what it is. It's 8 ounces of chocolate rye. This is only gonna be a 6-gallon batch, and that 6-gallon batch will be split in half. That's right, in half. 2 3-gallons, and we're gonna pitch different yeasts in each of those 3-gallon batches. This is just gonna be the brew day, the pitching the yeast. We won't do the taste testing until part 2, but you'll wanna watch this just so you know what's going on. And I'm looking only for, I believe it was a 72% efficiency. I'm really good with the Anvil Foundries, but this is a new one. I've had some issues getting my efficiencies, so we're gonna keep it on the calm side, hoping for an ABV of 5% once we get to our final gravity, which is expected to be around 1.008, but we'll see where that ends up. Our original gravity we're shooting for today is a 1.046. And what yeast are we adding? I know, I skipped that. Well, I'm looking to add Hallertau Hirschbräu, which will be at 4.3% at 60 minutes. We are gonna do a 90-minute boil. Yeah, I know some people are like, we're doing a 90-minute boil. I'm trying to get the process down on this system. And after that, we're gonna pitch the yeast and rock on. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. We have a 90-minute boil. We're going to mash in at 150 for 75 minutes. We'll ramp up, takes about 5, 6, 7 minutes. We'll get up to 168 for 10 minutes. We'll mash out. We'll sparge with 1 gallon at 170 Fahrenheit. And then of course we'll go directly to our boil. I am using the steam condenser. This is the newer release from Anvil Foundry. If you haven't seen, got a removable front end so you can fix, replace, service, whatever you need to do. It's got a few other things. I can plug directly into 220, 240, not an electrician, but I can plug directly in. There is an adapter to go to 110, 120 if you need it. Comes with it, yep. So yeah, I say, and sorry, I put that in there to keep the steam from coming out as it was heating up to 150. But yeah, it's at 150. I think it's time to get mashed in. First things first too, gotta get the brewing salts. There they go. And of course, it sticks. Hasn't stuck in a while. Okay, so hopefully you saw the brewing salts. I am using a small batch adapter in the new system. It does fit. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop that in there. I'm gonna put the feet to the back, so when I lift it, I know where they are. Okay, if I didn't say it, we're mashing it at 150 degrees Fahrenheit. Shouldn't need it, but I'm gonna be safe since I'm still getting used to the system. I got a silo cup worth of rice hulls. The reason I'm dumping it on top is because it floats. And as I put the grains in, we'll be just fine. So let's go ahead and get the smaller one done. Here we go, and I'll speed this up. Okay, I'm gonna get the recirculation kit, get it all connected. Hopefully I have about 10 minutes there. If not, we'll let it go a little longer, and then I'll kick the recirculation on. Okay, we'll be here for 75 minutes. I just turned on the flow. We've got a little recirculation going on. Just a nice, what do I call it, tinkle. It's all good. And I've got it around 50% power, bouncing up and down a degree, but I'm gonna take a look, see if I can home it in. Last time I was at 45% power. I've got it at 50 right now, but still dropped a degree, so we'll see. But yeah, I'll keep a watch on it, and we'll be here for 75 minutes. Then we'll move to 168 for 10 minutes, mash out, and sparge 1 gallon of 170 Fahrenheit. Thank you. Okay, I'd kicked it up to 168. We just finished 10 minutes at 168. Yeah, I skipped that. But I'm gonna get the top off and pull the mash basket out and get a gallon of sparge water warmed up to 170 Fahrenheit. You can probably see the foam building up here. And we're starting to get into a nice rolling boil. Just got to get the break.
A few minutes later.
This stuff just does too good of a job not to use it. 1, 2, 3. It's 5-star defoamer. Works amazing. As long as you use it just as it starts to foam up. I don't know what the difference is. I put it in just before and not nearly as good. There we go. I'm betting it doesn't foam back up again. I could be wrong. Nope, there we go. We have an official break, I think. Yes. This is why you don't turn your back on it even when you think you're good. I think it's gonna break on its own now, but some days you get it right away, some days you don't. I will say this recipe was very foamy during the mash-in, which is kind of cool. So I might have some really good head retention. Haven't brewed with dark malts in a while. Okay, that's looking pretty good. I'm gonna get the steam condenser ready, and we're gonna get it on there, and we're gonna be here for an hour and a half, but 30 minutes in, I have a Yakima Valley Hops Herzbrucker, if I'm saying that correctly. And it's 4.3%, and we're going to have exactly 1 ounce, and that's our bittering hop, which will give us an IBU of approximately 13.9 IBUs. And that's it, no more hops. Start. All my countdowns are going. Okay, we're not at a rolling boil right now that I dropped it to 60, I raised it to 65. I may kick it up to 75 just for a few minutes to get the rolling going. I'll bring it back down to 65 because that's where it seems to like it. Okay, that's our 60-minute, 30 minutes into the boil addition. So we got another 60 minutes to go. Got 1 ounce of Herzbrucker. I'm saying they've been close to right. And I almost did a big no. Yeah, gotta put the glove on. You can burn your hand badly. There we go. Okay, get it into the liquid. It's nice and wet. There we go. And tie it down. Okay, we're good. We'll be here for another 50 minutes, and then the last 10 minutes, I'll take the top off. We'll drop in the Whirlflock tablet and the yeast nutrient, and we'll rock on. And then 5 minutes, we'll get ready to chill, and we'll go from there. Okay, we're in the last 10 minutes. I'm dropping in a Whirlflock tablet. Got a slightly heaping teaspoon of yeast nutrient. It's half, so that's why I had to do 2. I'm gonna go get the jaded Scylla so we can chill things down. Okay, I just hit it. We're gonna start chilling. Okay, we're probably already at 200 or below. I'm gonna get this chilled down. We'll move it, pitched the yeasts. That's right, split batch. A little over 3 gallons in each, total 6.15, but only need 3 gallons in both. I usually leave the rest behind, so yeah, we'll be good. Okay, so we had a very successful day, yes. Finally redeeming myself on brewhouse efficiencies. I know, mash efficiencies, I focus on brewhouse, it's the final picture. And I've hit 69, I've hit 72, 77.9, very, very happy. And double checked everything, triple checked everything, brewed off a little more, but still took that into account. But we have 3 gallons here, 3 gallons here. And I know some people are gonna look at me who haven't seen me do this before, but I'm gonna put Clarity Firm in both of them. Why am I putting Clarity Firm in there? I know it's dark beer. You're not gonna see the clarity because it does help reduce protein haze, but it also helps to pull the majority of the gluten out. And you know, I wanna share my beer with everybody. So I'm gonna dump that in there. And then the yeast, I've got our Mythical Hammer 808 right here. I'm gonna put that in the Anvil Crucible. Haven't used it in a while, got it all hooked up. It's its first maiden voyage as a glycol chilled system. I've done a Saison at just room temp, and now we'll have it on glycol. I could reduce the feet, put the smaller feet on it and put it in my wrap fermenter and go from there, but no, we're gonna do it on glycol. And then over here, I'm not gonna do it under pressure. I gotta take one of the caps off and change it, that's fine. And we're going to do the Czech Pilsner, which is a 802. Keep forgetting the numbers, it's been a long day. So instead of hitting 5%, if this ferments out to 1.008 expected based on the Czech, I don't know about the Mythical Hammer, I don't really know where it's gonna hit, we'll be at 5.4. I'm good with an extra 4.4%, that's fine. So I'm gonna go ahead, we're gonna drop this. I put this on just to keep dust out, that's all. I washed everything, put it over here in this pot that was cleaned. Yeah, it was cleaned immediately, like before I put it in there. And then we're gonna put a little Clarity Firm up here, and I'll secure these down, of course. Okay, here we go. This is the Czech Pilsner lager, or Czech lager. Sorry, not Pilsner, but lager. Such an interchangeable word to a degree, even though they really do mean different things. They have a lot of similarities. And I'm gonna put one of my tilts in each of these bad boys. And then this is the Mythical Hammer. Gotta find a magnet, there we go. The magnet on here, and I'm gonna dump that in the Anvil Crucible. Still say I smell citrus, actually quite a bit now. And I got a little bubbler on here, which is not a big deal. There we go. And that's it. We're gonna get them fermenting. You'll definitely wanna check out part 2. And I know you're thinking, well, why is he testing a lager in a dark lager? Like I said in the beginning, we wanna see where the malts stand. Is it gonna subdue it or really push the malt profile out there? And I'm looking forward to drinking a nice Pilsner, lager, whatever, with some chocolate rye. That'll be nice. And if I get little citrus notes, it'll be even better. Cheers. And hey, yeah, you know what to do. Yeah, thank you, I appreciate it. Have a great night. I'm gonna go have a grapefruit wit, which is on tap and tasting amazing.